Besides being two of the greatest fighters who starred in an epic battle at WWE SummerSlam, The Rock and Brock Lesnar are two athletes who have earned a lot of money throughout their careers, allowing them to reach a financial level that few athletes in the world have achieved. But have you ever stopped to think which of these tough guys leads the most luxurious life today? In this video, you will watch a fierce battle between The Rock and Brock Lesnar. The two wrestling stars spare no expense when it comes to nice places to live, but which one has the most luxurious mansion? Brock Lesnar's most expensive property is his current mansion, which is located in Saskatchewan, Canada. And although information on the location is very limited, it is known that he lives on a ranch, purchased for $2.1 million. The Rock's most expensive mansion, on the other hand, is a luxurious mansion situated on a 3.67-acre plot in Beverly Hills, California. Although there are few records of the interior of the property, you can see that Dwayne Johnson's estate can offer him a lot of privacy, leisure, and comfort. Looking almost like a resort, the mansion has a number of amenities such as a large green space, a cinema room with comfortable armchairs, a tennis court, a leisure area with a swimming pool, and even another heated swimming pool that is completely covered. And to acquire this Mediterranean-style mansion, the star had to shell out a real fortune. According to some sources, The Rock had to pay a whopping $27.8 million. In other words, The Rock easily wins this round. Both WWE stars are completely fascinated by luxury cars, but which one has the most valuable automobiles? Like other big names in the WWE, Lesnar is also passionate about motorcycles, although in 2004 he had a terrible accident when he crashed into a minivan, leaving one of his bikes in pieces. When it comes to cars, it is speculated that he has, for example, a 1978 Dodge Power Wagon, a vehicle originally developed for military use in the Second World War, which stands out for its robust appearance and reliability. And the price of this car is difficult to determine, but it is estimated that the fighter's model is valued at around $26,000. Another car in his collection is a Chevrolet Suburban, a versatile, robust, and spacious SUV designed to accommodate a large family. To have this large vehicle in your garage, you need to shell out around $62,000. Going up in price, he supposedly has a Jeep Wrangler, a robust vehicle equipped with a hybrid engine. And although I don't know if Brock Lesnar actually owns this car, to get an idea of the price, it's estimated to cost around $75,000. Another car he appears to own is a Dodge Ram 1500 TRX, one of the most powerful pickup trucks on the market, which has a sportier design and boasts excellent off-road capabilities. This machine is equipped with a V8 engine, capable of delivering more than 700 horsepower. And it's no wonder that the price of this vehicle is around $85,000. For more sophisticated rides, it is speculated that he has a Cadillac Escalade, an elegant and fast car that has 7 seats and offers plenty of comfort for its passengers during journeys. And to own a car like the fighters, you have to shell out around $88,000. Meanwhile, The Rock has been seen with several cars, such as custom Ford F-1000 worth over $20,000, $35,000 Plymouth Prowler, 1971 Chevy Chevelle worth $55,000, Ford F-150 $75,000, $80,000 Jaguar F-Type, $89,000 Mercedes-Benz V-Class, Ford F-450 $95,000, $105,000 Cadillac Escalade, $110,000 Range Rover Sport, 1969 Chevrolet Camaro for $120,000, BMW i8 at $130,000, $140,000 Porsche Taycan, Porsche Panamera for $145,000, $150,000 Aston Martin Vantage, McLaren 650s for $180,000, $210,000 Aston Martin DB9, Bentley Continental GT for $220,000, Ferrari 458 from $250,000, Lamborghini Huracan from $300,000, Ferrari F12 Berlinetta from $310,000, Rolls-Royce Cullinan for $340,000, $350,000 Rolls-Royce Wraith, $450,000 Lamborghini Aventador, $500,000 Ford GT660. Already in his millions, he has been spotted with a McLaren P1, a super sports car capable of attracting a lot of attention wherever it goes, the price of the latest models of which can easily exceed $1.2 million. Even more expensive, Dwayne Johnson has already taken a photo with a Ferrari LaFerrari model, a stunning vehicle with a modern and futuristic design, capable of enchanting anyone who likes sports cars. And it's no wonder that to have this incredible vehicle in your garage, you may have to shell out a real fortune. It can be found for more than $1.4 million. The most expensive car The Rock has ever seen is a beautiful Pagani Huayra, a sports model coveted by many motoring enthusiasts. The sports car has a modern design with an impeccable finish, and if the actor really has this car, he may have shelled out more than $2.6 million. So, it's clear that Dwayne Johnson wins this round. Point for him. To travel with maximum safety, both fighters use private jets, but who owns the best aircraft? One of the jets Lesnar has been seen in is a Gulfstream G4, a high-performance twin-engine business jet with a medium size and intercontinental range. The vehicle can comfortably carry 20 passengers. The aircraft is one of the most modern models on the market today for private use, which certainly influenced the mega-famous rapper's choice to purchase it. With a range of almost 7,000 kilometers, the vehicle can travel long distances without having to stop for fuel. And to travel in a jet like this, you have to shell out around $7,200 for each hour of flight, while a new model costs around $4.5 million. Although it is not known whether this Gulfstream belongs to the wrestler, when he was in the WWE, it was reported that Brock Lesnar bought a private jet and the company maintained it. The Rock, on the other hand, has a Gulfstream G650, one of the fastest and most modern jets on the market. And although it's not known exactly how much the actor paid for this aircraft, some sources estimate that his jet is worth $65 million. Back in 2023, it was reported that The Rock bought a Bombardier Global 7500, the largest business jet currently on the market. It's a large aircraft, especially when it comes to private jets, measuring 110 feet in length, offering plenty of interior space for quiet and comfortable trips. The Global 7500 has 4 living spaces. The cabin's dining area can be converted into a meeting space and the seats have concealable side tables. And to give you an idea of the price, Dwayne Johnson's new jet is worth $72 million. Since we don't know the value of Brock Lesnar's jet, let's consider this round a tie. Other properties. We will find out which of the two athletes lives in the most luxurious properties, Brock Lesnar or The Rock. Starting with Brock Lesnar, he once owned, for example, a charming 43-acre country estate in Independence, Minnesota. With more than 3,200 square feet of living space, the main house is completely wood-paneled, bringing a more rustic look to each room. The living room has a fireplace and arched windows, while the renovated kitchen has oak cabinets and the dining room has views of the outdoors. In total, the house has 4 bedrooms, besides 4 bathrooms, including the en-suite with double sinks and a bathtub. Outside, there are plenty of places to spend time, such as a wooden deck for celebrations and even a private lake next to a children's playground. As reported in some portals, Lesnar bought this home in 2003 for $783,000, but ended up selling it at a loss in 2014 for only $750,000. The wrestling star's investments in rural real estate don't end there, as he also had another rural property. Located in the city of Alexandria, in the state of Minnesota, the property is surrounded by natural beauty and has a 2,800 square foot main house and other structures that make up the 40-acre lot. Completely crafted in custom wood, the residence has a unique architecture that draws attention to the customization of its environments. Among the amenities of this sanctuary are the living room with a wall full of windows and a beautiful stone fireplace in the center. Right next to it is the charming kitchen with marble countertops, which stands out for having stainless steel appliances in dark tones that create a beautiful contrast with the warm colors of the cabinets, floor, and ceiling. The dining room is equally sophisticated, and the house also has other living areas to spend time in. When it comes to the bedrooms, the house has a total of 4, each offering a lot of comfort to the residents. The bathrooms are also very luxurious, and the master bedrooms is tiled with ceramic tiles, has sinks with large mirrors and a separate shower cubicle, besides integrating a dressing room and makeup area. On the lower level, the house also has a room for events, which has a TV and includes another charming bathroom. Heading outside, there is a beautiful well-kept lawn surrounding the house, an area with a hot tub, besides a deck with a barbecue, from where you can contemplate the beauty that only a place like this can offer. Besides, There's a large renovated shed to store dozens of vehicles, as well as plenty of space to store the machines that maintain the farm. There's also a clean, modernized office where the fighter could work without leaving home. And as if all that wasn't enough, the property also includes a guest house with everything you need, which follows the same rustic style as the main property, with a beautiful kitchen and its own bathroom. And there is no concrete information that he has already sold this rustic sanctuary, but in 2020, the fighter listed the place for a whopping $850,000. The Rock, on the other hand, is not far behind. In 2012, for example, he bought a 13,000 square foot mansion in a gated community in Miami, Florida. Entering the interior of the property, we can see that the decor has a classic style with very sophisticated furniture. According to the photos released to the media, the mansion has a cinema room for the actor to watch his own movies, as well as 6 beautiful and spacious bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, some of which are quite luxurious. Outside, there's plenty of space with green grass and a beautiful swimming pool with a jacuzzi. And to live in this large house, some sources estimate that the actor paid around $3.5 million at the time. Another property that The Rock owns is a century-old mansion in Virginia, situated on an incredible 180-acre plot, which offers a lot of privacy and direct contact with nature, something that must have counted for a lot when Dwayne Johnson decided to buy the place. He has even shared videos of himself walking around the grounds of this large property. Built in the 1900s, the 8,000 square foot mansion still preserves its period architecture and boasts privileged views of the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains. And according to media reports, the star's property cost $12 million. The Rock also owned a 46-acre farm in Powder Springs, Georgia. Entering the actor's property, we can see how well cared for and beautiful his farm is, with an extensive green lawn, an ideal place for those who enjoy contact with nature. There is, for example, a large private lake, a place where The Rock has already posted on his social networks that he likes to fish and have lots of fun with his daughters. The main house on the estate, which was built in 2002, has French Provençal architecture and is almost 15,000 square feet. Its interior has a rustic design, with a strong presence of wood, walnut, and stone cladding, as well as high ceilings and good natural light, reminiscent of old, historic mansions. The mansion has 8 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms, some of which are very large and luxurious. There are also several living rooms, an American kitchen with wood paneling and furniture, and a bar in the basement with a wine cellar that can hold hundreds of wines. In the backyard, there's a nice leisure area with a barbecue and a beautiful rounded swimming pool with a jacuzzi. But it is undoubtedly the outside of the property that is most impressive, with a large area of pasture and, of course, a barn with 12 stables to house the property's horses. And for when the actor wants to have fun with his animals, there is a spacious sand track for horses. And there's no doubt that to own this beautiful farm, you'll need to invest quite a bit of money. According to media reports, Dwayne Johnson had to shell out around $9.5 million. And because he has more expensive properties, The Rock wins this round. Point for him. As 2 successful fighters in their careers, it's safe to assume that they are extremely wealthy. But which one has the most accumulated wealth? Brock Lesnar, for example. Like most combat sports athletes, he has had to work hard to see his net worth increase. Although it is not disclosed how much he was paid in his early years competing for WWE and other wrestling promotions, we can estimate that his annual salaries were in the millions of dollars. As for MMA, during his time fighting in the UFC, some sources estimate that Brock Lesnar was responsible for some of its most commercially successful pay-per-view events. To give you an idea, in his fight against Alistair Overeem in 2011, it is estimated that the fighter received $3 million. When he faced Mark Hunt in 2016, Lesnar pocketed $8 million in one go, so we can imagine that his earnings from other fights were similar. After returning to the WWE in 2012, his earnings have varied over the years, but it is believed that he currently receives around $5 million a year from the company, adding up salaries and merchandise revenues, which places him among the highest paid wrestlers in professional wrestling. And the reason for his huge salary earnings is that he is one of the most consistent wrestlers who generate the most financial returns for WWE. Besides his earnings in the ring, Lesnar also profits from sponsorship deals with famous brands such as Dymatize Nutrition, Death Clutch, and others. And although it is difficult to determine the value of Brock Lesnar's fortune, some sources estimate that currently, after deducting all taxes, he has a net worth of over $20 million. The Rock, on the other hand, At the beginning of his wrestling career, he was wrestling for just $40. At his peak in the WWE, The Rock's salary reached millionaire figures, with sources estimating that he earned around $5 million a year. But it was as a Hollywood movie actor that Dwayne Johnson really made his money. To give you an idea of values, it's estimated that he received around $5.5 million for the Scorpion King, $9 million for The Other Guys, $10 million for Fast and Furious 6, $12.5 million for The Rundown, $14 million for Central Intelligence, $15 million for Furious 7, $20 million for Hobbs and Shaw, $20 million for Hercules, $22 million for Jungle Cruise, $22.5 million for Black Adam, $23.5 million for Jumanji: The Next Level, $23.5 million for Red Notice, $25 million for San Andreas, and an incredible $50 million for Red One, which is the highest salary paid to a single actor before box office bonuses. And it's no wonder that The Rock has been considered the highest paid actor in the world several times, his peak being in 2018 when it was estimated that he received around $124 million in the year, making him the highest paid actor of all time. And although no one knows exactly what his fortune is, many sources estimate that Dwayne Johnson has a net worth of around $800 million. But it's possible that this figure is much higher, since depending on the size of his stake in Teremana Tequila, it's speculated that he may already have reached billionaire status. In other words, The Rock wins this last round. Point for him. At the end of this fight, we have 1 point for Brock Lesnar against 5 points for The Rock, making him the winner of this battle. But if you believe there are still other arguments to defend one of the two, write your best justification below. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel Dios to satisfy your curiosity.